Welcome. The Freezin NFC North Podcast, episode 100, our really special episode. I'm glad for everyone who has actually guested. A lot of great things tonight. We've got some OGs coming back. We've got just a lot of guests, lots to talk about already for the NFL season. Already for my Bears to dominate. I know Adam up there agrees with me. But let's let everybody know who we are as we kind of get started. I'm going to start in the corner. Rhino, where can everyone find you as we get started?
You can find us on YouTube at Vikings Uncensored. Same thing on Facebook. We live stream to both platforms at least once a week. Here, when the season starts, it'll be a couple times a week. Also on Twitter, at Vikes Uncensored, on there, interacting quite a bit back and forth as well. So look on any social media platform, you'll find us there someplace. So
awesome. And we actually have another Viking original showing up here too. Shelby is she's getting ready. Adam, tell us a little bit about where everyone can find you as she's getting ready.
Yeah, absolutely. I host Chi-Town Weekly as part of IE Sports Radio. You can find the show every Monday night, normally at 7 o'clock Central, Monday nights on Twitter and YouTube and Instagram. Follow IE Sports Radio on all the social medias. That's how you'll find the show. We broadcast live on their platform. The show is also available for you on Twitter at IESRC, or you can follow me. I am at Adam_Karnick.
Awesome. Always glad to have you guesting on our podcast as well. Lots of great stuff. Shelby, are you with us?
I am here.
Where can we find you as we get started?
Shelby Tweten on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and then I also am starting a Vikings TikTok, which is the Skol Queen.
Very nice. I thought it might have been IR or something like that, but
Justin Smoke.
Not like I have much to be excited for, but you know.
Trevor, where can everyone find you as we get started?
Hey, you can find me everywhere on RevTrevNFL. Happy to connect, and I pump out a ton of content. So check me out on all the channels, RevTrevNFL.
A ton of content, and thank you for the graphic for the 100 episode tonight. It was amazing as always. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Seventh letter. Where can everyone find you as we get started?
Seventh letter 4 on Twitter X. Same OG on Instagram and Facebook, and on top of the NFC North.
Absolutely. Hey, we'll see how it goes this year. But I wanted to say the one of the best for last, one of the OGs. He was the original OG Lions guy. He's actually a Dolphins fan, but always has great content. Grub, where can everyone find you? Not on Twitter anymore.
I know, man. You find me at the beach now, man. I don't do much of that anymore, man. I'm here for the 100th show to celebrate. I'm so proud of you for doing, man, 100, that you stuck with it. I don't know how many I did, probably 30, 40. I don't know how many we did to start with, but man, I'm just so glad you made it, and I'm here chilling. Just going to enjoy some conversation for the night for the 100th show, man, so congratulations.
Awesome. Thanks for joining us again. Always fun to chop it up with you about football. And you can find me on NFL Outdated on Twitter, X, on YouTube, and on TikTok at the Freezin 4 pod. And I need to fire that up again as the season gets going. Lots to talk about. Everybody's, sky high, for the 2024 season, except for those Vikings. Sorry. Shelby, should we just cancel the Viking season or where are you at right now?
Look, I've been avoiding you guys.
Yes.
Because, I'm being humbled for sure. I was just, preparing to come on the show, and I was like, let me just look at every single NFC North preview. Every single one. Vikings last. Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to be as positive as possible. I feel like I'm going to be Andy now, where it's like, hey, I just want a good game. I want a fun season.
I think both teams played hard.
Yeah. I don't want us to have blowouts, but honestly, I do think that there could be surprises in there. I think we have more depth than I was expecting. When JJ went down, I was really stressed, but seeing Jaren Hall in the preseason has been refreshing, because I know originally we were like, well, who the fuck is going to be the backup? And that made me feel a little bit better. And obviously we have the best receiving core, so they're throwing to good people, and we have some running game now. Say something crazy.
The Bears have the best wide receiver crew. I don't know what we're talking about. I mean, it's like not even discussion.
You are smoking crack. Don't start with me right now, please. That's all I got.
Hey, I appreciate it. I mean, Trevor loves Jaren Hall too, right?
Come on. Come on.
He loves him.
This guy's terrible. We all know it. It's fine. I'm not saying, can he play a game or two? Yes. But you know what? You got Sam Darnold. You're fine.
Fine. Now,
yeah, totally.
I think every time Rhino comes on, I feel like he's always a super positive Viking fan. So, Rhino, I mean, where are you at with things?
Hey, the way I'm looking at it, nobody's given the Vikings a shot this year, and that's typically when the Vikings seem to do better. You know, when there's high expectations for the team, that's usually when we have the propensity
self-destruct.
to. Yeah, thank you. I was going to use a little more crude language, but that's better. Thank you, Shelby. But Lance and I talked about this on our show back, when free agency started and gone through after the draft and stuff like this. I think this is a wild card team. And that's not being a homer. This team, with the defense, is going to be better this year. And with the weapons that we have on offense, I mean, this team has made it to the playoffs before with the likes of Christian Ponder, Tavares Jackson, and the laundry list of no-name quarterbacks that plagued the Brad Childress era, and to some extent Mike Zimmer.
Hey,
I think this team is going to surprise some people. I think.
I agree. I agree. I do agree. I just think, like, defensively, the way they play defense with the pieces they picked up, they still got, Murphy Jr., Harrison's back, Van Ginkel, Turner, Greenard. They got Shaq Griffin on the outside now, Gilmore on the outside. Like, I don't know, man. If they get the pressure, they got pressure. They still bring the same kind of pressure, and they can hold up on the outside. They can be some dangerous. Only thing is, Sam Darnold's the quarterback.
I tell you, like, it's going to be more
I
like
feel like we can't have both.
Games.
That defense is going to have to hold up a lot.
That's the thing. It's either we have like the best defense.
Throw you 2 or 3 INTs a game. He's going to do it.
That's true.
But that's what we've been talking about on our show. Is if Sam Darnold's going to succeed anywhere, it will be in this offense with the weapons he's got with Kevin O'Connell running the show.
I think he'll hide him.
But
I think he'll hide him.
Whereas the last couple of years it's been the offense mainly that's been winning us games. I think our defense is going to win us some games this year. It may be
they did,
but there may be some 13-10 games, 7-6 games, 17-13 kind of thing. We may not have these 35-20 or 42-10 kind of games. We're not going to blow a ton of people out, I don't think. But we haven't done that in the last 2 years anyway. So
she just left. Hey, I think that Shelby already gave up the season. I mean, Adam, are you buying this Viking optimism at all?
A little bit, and here's kind of why. The division as a whole is gonna be really strong, and fourth place in the NFC North is probably going to be good enough to be second in a lot of other divisions, or best in the NFC South. I mean, let's face it, that division's awful. So last place in the NFC North this year could still be a really good. And now that there's the extra wild card team, you could theoretically see an entire division make the playoffs. So yeah,
I agree.
It's not totally crazy. It's tough because you've got Sam Darnold for the entire year at quarterback, and that's gonna be rough.
Not only that, I mean, you look at the schedule.
do they give out awards for like the worst offseason ever? Because I think the Vikings would be in the
Yeah.
running for it this year. This has been
Oh
terrible.
my gosh.
They got better on defense. I think they did pretty good. Yeah.
Look at this schedule,
Well,
Shelby.
our cornerback did die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was
So
gonna be good too.
And then our other starter tore his ACL the first practice. So.
yeah.
But look at the schedule. I mean, at the Giants, like I mean, you know, Trevor, we went through this and it was really like tough to even see any wins, right?
Houston.
Yeah, I'm looking at them going, I think they're going to be 0-7, but then I got a lot of pushback. A lot of my Vikings friends said, no, we're definitely beating the Giants in week 1. And I guess that's the most winnable game in all honesty. Yes, you have a good coach. Yes, you have some weapons. Yes, you've had a ton of bad luck. But when you look at this schedule, I think the Giants game is the only one. Like, if you can win that, maybe you can get some momentum and some excitement. But I don't see another win for another 6-7 games. And I'm not trying to be rude. I just bring realistic content. I'm just saying, maybe I'm wrong, but I highly doubt it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been counting. I count 6 or 7 wins on that schedule.
Like total, right?
Yeah, like total, man. Like, I mean, I definitely could see the Giants. You could see the Jets, even Houston. It's in Minnesota, right? So you could have a 3-3 or a 2-4 start. I mean, and then I see maybe with the best 4, maybe 5 wins, 6, 7 wins. The rest of that schedule. I mean.
I'm hearing a little bit of Dolphins Jets bias there. So
no, I mean, I know, but I don't know.
The Jets sold their soul to Aaron Rodgers. They're going to be terrible.
Yeah, and like,
right.
I mean, they got Garrett Wilson and all those. Anyway, this is a North show. This is NFC.
No, we love it. It's good insight. So
I know Aaron Rodgers. It's hard to get rid of that guy. I tried to talk about him for like 2 seasons on this show as a Lions fan, like. But he's gone. So
we killed him.
Fuck him.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, we killed him. We killed him off.
So. Yeah, I think it definitely will come down to the defense. Like, and we really, it is so frustrating because we can't have both. Like, it's either we have one of the best defenses in the league or one of the best offenses in the league, and we've never been able to like cohesively have both. And this is just another year of that. But I do agree, we've seen it in the past. We are much better at being underdogs, especially when we were on that, 5-game winning streak. And I remember we were talking and it's like, I'm scared because this is exactly when you think about 2 seasons ago and it was like we would have an insane comeback against the Colts and then the next game just absolutely look embarrassing. And that's kind of our thing. So I think maybe being an underdog is great, but I do agree that the NFC North is not what it used to be. Being the 4th in the NFC North is not the unwinnable Bears. Like, we actually are one of those divisions that people are keeping their eyes out. The fact that in the predictions I saw today, like, obviously the Lions are a Super Bowl contender that people are thinking, and now everyone's talking about the Packers. It's like, when's the last time we had multiple teams or all of them that are talked about being in playoffs? I think it's very exciting. I'm excited for our division. I'm excited for the show because our division is looking like that. But yeah, I think it's all going to come down to defense. Looking at that schedule, now that you put that up there,
it's coming in.
I said on Twitter, this is the perfect season to be broke because me, I want to travel, and now I'm like, I'll watch us lose from home. I'm fine with that. The game I'm going to first is the game against San Fran, and I'm just like, just a good game, please, Lord.
Y'all beat them last year, so
with Kirk Cousins.
San Francisco might be without Ayuk and Williams though in that week 2 matchup. So.
Right. Anything is possible, right? I guess we don't really know. Because
that's why they play games.
Normally we suck in preseason, and of course this season we're good, and everyone's like, oh, it's just preseason, so that doesn't mean anything. And I'm like,
it really don't.
It doesn't, but It doesn't, but at the same time, my biggest fear with us is having no depth, especially because we had so many injuries. So the fact that I did see that, like, you know, our receiving core looked amazing. We have runners. I don't want to say we have a kicker. I refuse to say that. But there's some positives, okay? I'm sorry that we're not all Lions fans.
Hey, speaking of an exciting team on the rise, it's really going to kind of dominate this year. Adam, talk about our Bears and just this
I was like, who are you about
the
to say?
excitement of the season, Hard Knocks, all this stuff. It's 17-0. It's just amazing. Our roster 53 is just untouchable.
Is it halftime of week 1 that Caleb Williams is getting his gold jacket, or when is that scheduled for?
Yeah. Halftime, he's doing the bust of him. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
How did we jump from being in love with Justin Fields? You're just
that's my biggest question. I want to know that because last time I was on this show, the Justin Fields train was going strong, and now that's
to the very end. To his
I've grown as a person. I've matured a lot.
I just drafted Justin Fields in a fantasy league tonight, so I've still got it. Fourth quarterback in a 2-quarterback league that's stupidly deep. So yeah, I had to grab Russell Wilson, and so it was, you know what, grab Justin Fields because you know he's going to be taken over at some point. So yeah, that's the love is still very much there. So you know it hasn't gone away. It's just, you know,
I admire it.
I understand.
Caleb is legit though. This is I mean,
stupid
all these
things
Packer
when they're in
fans
love.
all these Packer fans saying we're gonna man, he is legit. If you watch Hard Knocks, I know that's hard as a non-Bear fan to watch Hard Knocks, and you fall in love with the kid. I mean, he does everything he needs to. Adam, I mean, I'm not sure what you're getting from Hard Knocks, but I'm excited about that.
It's just with Williams, he has been so scrutinized from jump. You know, he was the presumptive number 1 overall pick for the last 2 years, and that gave everybody 2 years to attack. You know, everything from his dad wants a stake in ownership to, he paints his nails, his teammates don't like him, this, that, or the other thing. And he keeps overcoming all that. And it's just, the kid's a great leader. He makes the plays. He's got the right attitude. He keeps checking all the boxes. It's for a kid that hasn't played a down yet. Yeah, it's the expectations are through the roof, and you can't help but be excited for him and for the team. And I will say absolutely, Justin Jefferson is the best single wide receiver, but I will take umbrage in the Vikings having the best core, because the drop off from I mean, let's face it, from Jefferson to anybody is going to be huge, but from Jefferson to Addison on down, it's not as deep as what the Bears are posting this year.
Yeah, we call that big titties, man.
Okay. Hey, I'm not going to complain.
Explain why. Because your explanations are the best.
Top heavy. Come on, very top heavy.
Sorry, I didn't understand.
You've been married too long, Trev.
I've got eyes for my wife, and that's it.
We love that.
But yeah, I mean, being able to go what would appear to be 3 deep at wide receiver, they're finally, we keep talking all the time about the Bears need to enter the modern age. They're finally doing it. They're finally putting the resources into, hey, let's try to run an offense instead of play like it's 1985 again, because it's not. You know, so getting the resources at wide receiver, getting the upgrade at running back with DeAndre Swift, you can't help but be and you know, the best time to jump onto a team is right before they start getting big. So of course, optimism is going to be through the roof this year. It's fantastic.
7th letter, when the Bears are undefeated by the time they play the Lions first, what are your thoughts going to be? I mean, trying to knock off this dynasty already.
Yeah, we're gonna beat the shit out y'all. But I feel
If you look at the schedule, though, I mean,
it's easy. You got an easy schedule. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Schedule. But y'all can very well lose to Tennessee. So or Indianapolis. So
Will Levis is gonna get eaten alive. Sorry.
Huh?
Houston, yes.
I think
honestly, I think
Houston,
that's gonna be tough.
Houston is I don't know. I think we know them now. So it's tape out on Stroud. So and I'm not a Diggs.
You think he's already figured out?
I'm not a Diggs guy. Like I think.
Oh yeah,
right. I mean that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's the type of guy that'll ruin the room. So I'm not a Diggs guy for real. But I do think the Bears. I feel bad for Justin Fields. They gave the rookie, DJ for 1 year and Doomsday and Keenan Allen and Caleb. So I feel bad for him. They put Velus Jones at running back, so that'll be crazy coming out the backfield. All that speed.
He's looking good. You're not a fan of that, Rhino?
No, I'm interested to see exactly what the Bears are going to do. We talked about this last year when you were still hyping Justin Fields and the talk was about Caleb Williams. I'm not a fan. I didn't like. I don't think he handled adversity all that well in college. We watched some of these big games, and he seems to want to go out there and play the hero ball too much. Whereas he could have just a boring old 10-yard dump pass for a first down. He's got to go out there and try to make the ESPN highlight reel on way too many throws, and he makes it harder on himself than I think that he needed to. At least the stuff I watched when he was in college. And then we did see the stuff, where he got curb stomped by Utah and then ended up going and crying in the stands with his mother and some of that other things. So I'm interested.
He's passionate.
I am interested to see how he does when he handles the real stress of the NFL, which we all know is tenfold over what college is. So
he says on Hard Knocks he doesn't get nervous. So I don't know.
What do you expect? You don't expect him to go out there and say, "Yeah, I wet myself every time I see a 300-pound defensive lineman coming in my face."
I don't know.
Yeah,
Adam,
he ain't seeing real bullets yet, bro. He gonna be
exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, training camp and
preseason. Yeah,
well,
he did make a pass. He made a pass to Roma Doomsday in the last preseason game. I was like,
that was a pass and a half. Yeah,
I said, ooh.
Oh, and I think Doomsday is the real deal.
Yes, I do, and I think that he's gonna benefit from being around Keenan Allen too. So even if Keenan Allen for a year, I think he's gonna benefit from that guy being on the squad.
What about your guys' offensive line too? Because that's been an issue.
Adam, what are your thoughts on that?
It's improved, thank God, because you couldn't get a whole heck of a lot worse. The big improvement from this past season was they addressed the center spot, brought in a couple different guys, Coleman, Shelton, and Ryan Bates. Shelton's going to start there. The big question right now on the offensive line is Nate Davis, because for the second off season in a row, basically he's not been there. Now, last year he was dealing with a death in the family, so incredibly understandable. The Bears didn't do him any favors by not divulging that information, but he was dealing with personal stuff this year. He's been called up by the head coach. He's been called up by the general manager. He's been called out by everybody that, hey, you got to get out here and practice, man. And he's pulling an Allen Iverson on us and not doing it. So that's the question there, is at right guard. But seemingly the line, assuming health, which of course we all know you really can't do with an offensive line. But if health is taken out of the way, it can be a very strong offensive line. It's certainly better than what it's been in the past. It's certainly a top half.
The bar
of
is on the floor, though.
Right. Oh, absolutely. I mean,
it's not a finished product. Maybe next year will be Super Bowl year, so we're getting there.
Right.
Nice to see you're tempering expectations, sir. Yeah.
Well, but Grub, what are you thinking for the Bears when you look at this schedule?
They better hope that offensive line is good, because just was as mentioned before, the struggles for Caleb Williams over the last season at USC was because the offensive line was putrid there at USC. And
their defense.
He struggled.
Yeah,
He struggled against big competition because of those factors. That was just one of the things, So if that, he's a rookie. I think you got to get excited. You see the talent, but they better remember it's a rookie. And when those schemes start getting thrown at you, and the speed starts getting thrown at you, and if the line's not holding up, and all of a sudden the pressure's in the face, and all of a sudden there's 260 and 300-pound dudes running, 20 miles an hour hitting you in your chest, all of a sudden everything changes. So, we'll find out. And I think the Bears should have something to be excited about, but just remember it's a rookie and you never know how it's going to go. Hell, Sam Dart, you look at all of them. Look at all the rookies over the past 5 seasons that everybody thought were going to be special. And, it's all of a sudden it's the late round picks that are the better guys. So, when you got to get thrown into Hell's Kitchen right off the bat as a rookie, we'll find out.
Stroud is really the only one. Yeah,
Stroud got a left tackle though.
Right.
He's protected. He's protected pretty well.
Well, here's the thing, the Bears don't start, their division until week 11. I think that really plays in.
That's insane.
Helpful. Yeah, it really is, but it's helpful because
that schedule is set up for success.
It really is. It really is. And I mean, obviously Tennessee can be a little bit harder. You never know. I'm not really betting on Will Levis. He, could be good, but you get to Indianapolis as well. There are a lot of questions, obviously coming out of camp about Anthony Richardson as well, like how well he's doing. Was it the Bengals were kind of calling him out, right? And he didn't really know, what he wasn't really, seeing his receivers is basically what some of those defenders were saying. So who knows?
Check downs. He was checking this shit. Just check down.
Yep. And I like that.
It's almost like a rookie again because he got hurt so early last year. He's almost like a do-over on his rookie year.
Well, that's why I like, about Caleb. Like he is not. I mean, obviously there have been some checkdowns, but I mean, just you see that pass to Adunze and just you've seen a lot of like great plays. Even that little flip that he had, he's done. I mean, Patrick Mahomes stuff, right? So, hey, we missed out on Patrick Mahomes. We got maybe a player that's better than him.
Wow.
Hey,
only hope, right?
Man.
Hey, it's the 100th episode.
We're
I have
already
to throw
sipping the Kool-Aid this year. Okay.
It's the 100th episode. Come on.
What do you think's in here?
He's not sipping the Kool-Aid. He's bathing in it right now.
Yeah, seriously.
That ain't Kool-Aid. That's fentanyl.
Yeah, that's fentanyl for sure.
A little stronger Kool-Aid.
We need to commit you in rehab because that is.
Jesus Christ. Play a game. Play Tennessee first.
Well, speaking of teams that always have one play happens and they just blow their quarterbacks out and say they're Hall of Fame worthy. Trevor, let's get on to the Packers. How come, tell us a little bit about what your thoughts are on the Packers. I know you're excited for your guy, Jordan Love. And especially now, I believe today he came out and was trying to say he wanted ownership of the Bears and all that. But what are your thoughts on the Packers 2024 season before we get started?
Just to clarify, we don't make one pass and think we're going to we have a Hall of Fame quarterback. We have legacy of passes and touchdowns and wins and Super Bowl championships.
Eventually your luck is going to run out.
Just wait, Shelby, you got to turn. I'm telling you right now, this is not like one pass, like Caleb Williams made one pass and you guys are 12-5. This is
13
Hall
and 4.
of Fame
4.
people. Hall of Fame people. Cool. So, okay, go ahead, Shelby. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just okay. You guys eventually I understand the fandom of a Packers fan because why would you not be completely obsessed when you have the history that you have at the quarterback position? But eventually your luck will run out unless y'all sold your soul to the devil.
They did.
We only saw half of a season of Love that showed that he was good. You paid him a lot of money. Right.
which
Preach it.
coincided with the
Right.
return of Aaron Jones, who's gone.
Aaron Jones is gone, correct?
Yeah, and that's another thing is like those last games that the Packers were winning, like Jones was running for 100 yards. So it's like you haven't seen him in a whole season play to this Hall of Fame level, but I understand the delusion because legacy.
I'm so glad you're back, Shelby.
Where
This
are
is-
we
this is
delusional?
good.
Tell me 1 second where we're delusional. We never thought, no one said he was going to be the next Hall of Fame quarterback. Nobody.
Didn't you just say that?
No, what
There-
I'm
there have
saying
been
is
several Packers
he's
fans that
saying
have said
one
that.
pass and all of a sudden you believe he's going to be the Hall of Fame because
Right.
Favre and Rodgers were the Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Is Love going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback? Possibly. Absolutely possibly. But I don't know. I'm not
Right.
saying that.
Okay,
I'm not
good.
saying,
But
I'm happy.
here's
with
here's
Foles
one
right
thing,
now,
though.
sister.
You know,
So
we
let me
heard
tell you
about
something.
Caleb
I'm the
Williams.
most realistic person you meet because at the end of the day, the future is bright in Green Bay. The future is bright. Nobody has come into the league with such young talent and had the success that we have. You want to talk about ups and downs? Heck yeah.
Where's your downs?
The first year of starter.
You don't know downs. Packers
Yes, I
fans
do.
do not
we had
know
4
downs.
bad weeks, Shelby. It was
Four
awful.
bad weeks?
I felt like a
Lions have had
Vikings
4
fan.
bad decades.
What?
Like,
You
I
said
felt
had
like a
4
Bears fan
bad
for
weeks.
4 weeks. It was awful. So
The
I'm
drunk
telling you
drunk
right
stumble.
now,
I love the love drunk
I
stumble.
can't stand
listen,
you.
I'm not delusional here. I'm just telling you facts. You don't like the facts. The facts
Right.
is he was on fire in the second half of the season. He was on
In
fire.
the
So
second
get
half
this.
of the season.
Let me
yeah.
tell you
LaFleur is
something, Shelby.
amazing.
Let me
I
tell you
love
something.
Matt LaFleur.
2 years ago, the Detroit Lions that you give all the stake and respect to now, listen, they were awful in the first half of the season and turned it around. And you know what everybody said? Next year, they're going to be great.
Right.
And guess what? They were. Last year, they were great.
Mm.
They were tough. But guess what? That happened to us, and nobody's given us the respect. Nobody.
I think there's a very
And we
big difference.
proved everyone wrong.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
shocked at how good
It
we
was
were.
it was lucky.
I think
Grub,
I think there's a big difference between the second half of that Lions season and, like you said, kind of the luck of the
What
Packers
luck?
season.
Tell me one lucky play. You tell me one lucky win. We were lucky to beat the Chiefs with Mahomes there. We were lucky to beat the Lions in the Thanksgiving game. That's not luck, people.
You just
That's-
barely
We'll
beat the Bears
see.
in week 18. Just barely beat the Bears without Jalen Johnson. So
Dude, you didn't even score a touchdown.
well, you just and you still barely beat the Bears without Jalen Johnson. So
And then we felt bad. We beat you like 38-20.
oh
So it's like, what the heck?
Grub when you look
10
at
times in a row. Like, I mean, we got to have some kind of compassion. We don't have black hearts. So I'm cool if you don't like. The reason why you don't like this team is you just don't like that we've had success for a long time. That's the fact.
Right.
If
I'm
we
with
talk
us
about
too.
facts,
Yeah,
I'm not saying we're winning the Super Bowl. I'm saying, man,
a lot of Packer
loving
fans
this team.
are. And Grub, I want to go to you for a second as kind of an outsider. Where do you see the Packers schedule wise? I mean, are you on the hype train as an outsider?
I wouldn't call it hype train. This, granted, because I did this show for a couple years, and this was going on between the Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love issue that was there. And I think the Packers screwed themselves. They should have let go of Aaron Rodgers that first year that everybody kind of begged that he stayed, and given themselves 2 years of Jordan Love to find out what was going on. And they put them in a situation where if he played somewhat above average, they were going to have to pay him a lot of money. That's the situation they put themselves in. So that's where we're at now. So is Jordan Love, has he had some good play? Yeah. But the Packers were in a tough situation there. It was either pay him, franchise him, and hope that he comes in and plays on a franchise tag, whatever those things are that following season. But they stuck themselves with this situation with Love by, extending out that Aaron Rodgers thing that I thought should have been done 2 seasons ago and let that go, where they made more money and they had more investment time on Love. But here we are. I mean, they have like the in-between schedule of what you see on the Vikes schedule and what you see on the Bears schedule. So they got what a medium schedule here. They're obviously going to win some games, but I don't know. I think we're going to find out what Jordan Love really is. Early on in the season, you got to go at Philly. You're going to play Indy, at Tennessee. So you're going to find out what he's made of pretty quick, especially week 1. So.
Well, and that one is that one in Brazil, right? Trev?
Brazil, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, Trevor.
You guys are talking about things that don't matter. Let's just be honest.
What I'm saying is it's not a real home game. It's not a real home game.
No.
Yeah.
Listen, we're talking. You're talking about contracts. I didn't pay. I paid him for his contract because I buy all the gear. Okay, it's out there. It's not. Okay, yeah. Did we overpay Jordan Love? 1,000%. You guys are saying, oh, you don't have Aaron Jones. Oh my goodness. Josh Jacobs is a very good running back. In fact, he's a better running back than Aaron Jones through the tackles. You know what he's not better than Aaron Jones at? Receiving the ball, catching, passing touchdowns. That's what he's not better. He's a better running back. The points you guys have made are they do not matter.
Which of those running
Can
backs
you please
helps the
bring
quarterback
something
more?
good? Because that doesn't matter. Yeah, one day down the road, did you overpay Jordan Love? Sure, then we'll deal with that. This season, it does not matter. We've got rookie contracts everywhere. It doesn't matter. We're under the salary cap. And we're gonna go try to prove the world wrong again.
Well, so Grub had a point. Yeah, I mean, which the running backs that help the quarterbacks are the ones that are out of the backfield. I think that's good. And now the news, AJ Dillon is out for the season. I mean, you're a little bit more thin at running back. I mean, with Josh Jacobs, I know you say a lot of Packer fans say he's better than Aaron Jones. Whatever. I have had some that say that he's not, but he's got a lot of tread on those tires. And he may be young, but I mean, what if he gets injured? I mean, this thing could be derailed.
What if anyone gets injured? If Jordan Love goes down, we're screwed.
Oh yeah, right.
You got Malik there now. Malik
Willis now, you're good.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys believe in Jaron Hall apparently, so why can't I believe in Malik?
First off, the bar's on the floor. Okay.
Like 90%.
I'm just saying every
NFL.
argument, it's the same. You can say, what if this guy gets hurt? Yeah, injuries are going to play a massive issue in every team. I'm telling you right now, Jared Goff goes down. What are the Lions going to do?
Right,
just hand the ball off, probably.
90% of the league, if you lose your quarterback, that team's pretty much screwed. I mean,
that's the point.
Let's be honest.
So yeah, Josh Jacobs goes down. We're in trouble. We just drafted a running back. We've Emmanuel Wilson will get an opportunity. Okay, how many times have you seen a running back go down and the backup running back actually can perform at a decent level? I mean, hypothetically, sure, guys.
Here's my issue. Oh, go ahead, Seventh Letter.
I still got a lot of respect for the Packers. I know I give them hell because I can't stand them, but I'm assuming they drafted well again. You know what I mean? I like Luke Van Ness. You know what I'm saying? And he's going to be better this year. You know what I mean? On the other side of 52. Only thing is, I know Josh Jacobs is a better back than Aaron Jones, but I do think the little thunder and lightning situation the Packers kill people with, I think you guys will miss that. Mm-hmm. But all in all, I think they'll still be really, really good. I think Jordan Love, 32 touchdowns, if that's a half-ass season, I'll take him. You know what I'm saying? 32 TDs, that's crazy.
Here's the thing, though. You also have a new defensive coordinator coming out of college, and Adam, I'm not necessarily worried about Halflin as a defensive coordinator.
That was going to be my exact question. That is exactly where I was going with it. And this is I'm not trying to steer it one way or the other. The Packers defense last year was middle of the road and struggled, especially against the run. Have they done enough to improve in there defensively? Have they taken enough steps there? Obviously, the defensive coordinator, we all knew he was the most hated man in all of Green Bay. Have they improved enough defensively? That's a legit question I have about the Packers.
The Packers on defense play up and down. If the team bad, the Packers not going to play good. But if they play good teams, the defense usually plays up. They played well against the Chiefs. They played well against us. Then they go to Carolina and look crazy. They go to New York and look crazy. So it's like they always like that. I think that was Barry's downfall. Like he just couldn't just keep the defense consistent. It was like some week against the Cowboys, he looked great. He even looked, I would even argue he looked pretty good against the 49ers, but it's just those games that you ain't supposed to lose, and they're not even supposed to necessarily even compete. They're always close with the Packers. So I think that the defense that he plays now, I think it'll fit the personnel a lot better than the defense Joe Barry had. So I honestly, they got all first round picks on that defense too. Like it's a very athletic, big, strong defense. You know what I mean? I mean, inside they're a little light, but Clark is still a beast. He was a beast last year. So I respect the Packers. I said it last year when we thought they was going to hell. I said, I don't know. They got the best defense on paper in the division. So I don't see them looking that bad.
I'm going to say this. I don't expect the Packers to lose to the Vikings, but Shelby and Rhino. I mean, when you have Aaron Jones, he's obviously circling that game. I mean, I expect Aaron Jones to have a big game versus the Packers. I mean, is that what you're kind of expecting, Shelby?
Yeah, I think that he'll definitely be hungry because, part of the reason he even came to us, I think, was out of spite to begin with. So I think he has some fire under him a little bit. I'm very curious how he's going to look. I've met him at my job and he has such good energy. And I think that he, personality-wise, from what I've known, fits probably really well into our offense. So it'll be good seeing him in the offense, seeing what he can do and that environment. And I think that he'll be ready to run all over them, especially the game at Lambeau, I think is going to be crazy. But again, I haven't really seen any, I'm not the type of person that's going to be unrealistic before the first game. Like, there's too many unknowns right now in our team that I'm kind of just like, whew. I mean, we'll see. After the first game, we could talk and I'll have more of a realistic mindset on it.
Rhino, do you think Aaron Jones is going to be amped to at least face those Packers as well?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it just some of the stuff he had, class act that he isn't coming out and saying it, directly, whenever he's been interviewed, things like that. But you can, if you listen close, there's kind of those little kind of subtle passive aggressive little digs to it that it's definitely going to be important. They basically ran him out of town because they got Josh Jacobs. And, I think that's going to put the chip on his shoulder, and he's going to be, they're going to come out and say all the right things. It's just a game, another game, blah, 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 blah. But we all know that these guys, if they feel like they were done dirty with their old team and they come back to play them again, they're going to be playing with that little extra just to say, hey, you guys screwed up by getting rid of me.
He'll be hurt by week 3.
Oh.
Yeah, I was
going
to say, stay healthy. That's been his problem for 2 years. He's older now.
What y'all talk about? He's going to be hurt. So,
yeah.
Well, that's us with running backs. Shit.
But to go back to the point about the defense and slowing and actually having a run-stopping defense, we haven't had a run-stopping defense in like a decade. So this is normal, okay? When we're going to play the Eagles, and they have Barkley and Hurts. Okay, that's test number 1, baby. Then you're
but they
going
don't
in.
have
You got
Kelsey on
Jonathan
center
Taylor
anymore.
next week. Okay, Jonathan Taylor. Then it doesn't matter with Tennessee. You got Pollard. Who cares? Week 4, if Aaron Jones is healthy, he's a problem. He's a problem. Week 5, Kyron Williams. You know what I mean? Week 6, James Conner. Like, this is we have to figure out this run game. What I think, though, all we need to do is figure out how to slow it down. That's what we really need. It's not that we're going to shut down Barkley or Taylor or whoever. You got to slow them down. You got to have a scheme that's better. And I think the Seventh Letter's comment about that he's got the right coach to bring in the right for that personnel. I think that's the better thing. We don't know if he's going to succeed, but I just think, man, anyone's going to be better than Joe Barry. Come on. That was horrific. So if we're bad, then we're in trouble. We're in trouble. And that's a legitimate worry or concern, I should say, more concern. But man, if we're good on D, watch out.
Yeah, man, that Edrin Cooper boy.
That was your guy too, Trevor. You wanted him, right?
I don't know if there's anyone more excited as a Packers fan than me about getting Edrin Cooper. I think the world of that guy. Now, if he can stay healthy as well, but man, he's dynamic. I was going to take him in the first round. That's what I wanted. And you know, I mean, what do I know? But but apparently the Packers, and we traded back and still got him. So either he sucks or he's amazing.
He just had Packer written all over him. I think the other 31 teams were just, no, he's going to be a Packer. Don't take him. He's going to be a Packer. That's just what it's going to be.
Yeah. So I don't know what he's going to end up like. I'm not saying he's going to be Lawrence Taylor. Okay. All I know is I'm really excited about Edrin Cooper and Quay Walker playing together. That's going to be, I think that's going to be special, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. Future's bright, baby. Future's bright.
Well, the present king of the NFC North.
Thank God, about time.
Here we go.
Seventh letter. Give us a little bit of a preview and how excited you are for defending the crown this year.
I'm very excited, as you see. My black today, the black jersey. Very excited. I think this year, I made the prediction last night to Trevor on our chat. Jameson Williams, he'll be in our top 5 receiver at the end of the year. He's looked amazing in training camp.
In the NFC North.
Yeah, he worked in the NFC North. Yeah, I'm saying the league now. Fuck it.
Oh, look at this.
No, I'm telling you, man.
Get it, bring it.
That work. He was working out with Teddy Bridgewater on the offseason during the offseason. He's
bet on it. Bet on it.
Roster. I bet on it, man. He's going to be really good this year. Rob, we paid him. I just love the fact that we paid the people that helped build this. I'm glad we didn't go outside and get all these other people that's, we solid inside. We went to the NFC Championship with people we drafted. I think the revamping the secondary with Carlton Davis and Arnold, and watch out for Rakeshaw because he's another one that we drafted that's pretty good in training camp this year too. He's coming along real good. And Meek Robinson. So we good in the outside. That was our weakness all year. I think we're gonna lose Ife Melifonwu though. That was my guy. He came on at the last 5 games of the season last year, and a lot of picks, a lot of sacks, and I think he might have torn his Achilles. So, he finally got it together and he hurt himself. So that sucks. But I think we're going to be really, really, really good. DJ Reader, he's eligible to put. Hopefully, we hold him out against the Rams. I don't think we need him for the Rams, but if he does, whatever, we'll stop their run too. First couple of games look good. I'm waiting for that week 4 against the Seahawks.
That's pretty much your rival there.
We can't beat them for some reason. I don't know. We could beat anybody, but in the Cowboys, I can't wait for that one too because they cheated us again. So this isn't. I think when we looked at this a couple weeks ago, it looked a lot more formative. I feel a lot better about it today. It's a good schedule, but
that's a tough
at the
finish.
end. At the end, yeah, it's rough at the end.
That's one hell of a tough finish.
Yeah, but
Grubb, when you're looking at this schedule, like kind of what are your thoughts on the Lions repeating as the division champs?
Man, I am just excited because, I had to come on this show because there was no Lions fans to be found. And so
we found our guy. We found our guy.
To be the Lions surrogate, man. And look at this. We have real Lions fans cheering. And this is what I was rooting for years, man, just to help this team out. But, man, that's exciting. That's freaking cool, man. And, that city, even though I dove in pretty deep when we were doing the show, man, and they deserve, they're so passionate about their team that has let them down for so long. Man, it's amazing. This is amazing times. And looking at that schedule, man, I mean, they really do, but they better be in a good position by the time they get to the back end of that schedule. You got 3 road games in a row that,
at Buffalo,
you go to Chicago, it's, depending on where they're at in their season, that could be, so that 3-game stretch there, that's going to be,
hopefully it ain't raining. If it's
got division games.
It's cold.
It'll be snowing by that point.
Yeah, it's gonna be snow.
Yeah.
He played good in the snow. It's that rain, man. His hands little, man. We beat the Packers in the cold, man. We could do that. But
that's at Soldier Field. That's a little.
Yeah.
When y'all gonna get your new stadium and put a roof on top of that, man?
That's a whole other conversation. That's a whole other thing.
Man, I can't wait till y'all take that home field advantage away, boy.
I don't really know how much of an advantage, but that December 22nd versus at Soldier, that's gonna be chilly.
Mm-hmm.
As long as it ain't raining.
Well, San Fran could be raining.
Right, the Lions are legit. Everyone, we're all sitting here giving them
we know that.
And I think what's happening is when you look at the schedule, the 49ers are favored to win every single game this season.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's not going to happen.
No.
They're not going 17-0.
Yeah.
So I think like who can beat them? There's a number of teams that can. I mean, we were winning with a minute 20 left in the AFC. To go to the AFC championship game, and we fell apart, and they had veterans, and they did it, and congrats, right? They're great. But what Detroit has that nobody's talked about yet, and it's just Captain Obvious, is Hutchinson. Like it's the Nick Bosa factor. Like that's the thing that Gary is really good, but I don't know if he's great like these other guys. They changed the game. Max Crosby guys, like those guys are nuts. And when you have Hutchinson playing his game, they're hard to stop. And then you have 2 great running backs with Detroit. Like they're so solid together.
You go ahead.
And but the thing is, JMO, I hope you're right with JMO. You know why? Because I picked them up in my fantasy pool because of you. And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, if seventh letter was right about my Packers, and if he's right about JMO, I'm winning my championship again for the 5th time, just so you know.
There's too much love on here. This is
what I'm saying is
because he's real. He understands, man.
That's right. And it's the coaching's there. Like, where are the Lions weak? Right? They have good
going for it on 4th down when they need to just take the points.
I will argue that the coaching is still the biggest Achilles heel because Dan Campbell has the propensity to be Dan Campbell and make a stupid ass call on 4th and 18 where he has no business doing it, and playing it conservatively wins you the game, but he's going out there and being too aggressive and it blows up in his face.
Yeah.
You know what it is, man?
What is it?
As a Lions fan who never got 4th downs in his life before 2022, I think I play with, I play scared, and I appreciate the fact that he goes for it. I do. And I mean, I think the 49ers game, he probably should have kicked the field goal. Honestly, you know what?
Cowboys game.
He should, the Cowboys game, that was another one. But I think even before the half of that San Fran game, they couldn't stop us, and he kicked the field goal. I was like, we should have went for it. We just should have.
Did you watch the game or watch the show Receiver?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I watched it.
That was such a same. I mean,
so good.
I respect St. Brown so much more. Like after watching that, I thought it was so great. But that was such an interesting because that game we got to see both sides. Because we were watching Debo and Kittle, and then we were also watching St. Brown. And it is Campbell. I respect him 100%, but
it's what you like. You know what I mean? If that's not how you want to play, I also look at it like that's how we got there too.
Right. And even with the Vikings games, I've went to 2 Lions Vikings games the last 2 seasons, and every single time I was like, oh, it's 4th down. And then it's like, well, they're going for it. Like there's it's just, you can't do it in those situations where it's like you were 1 field goal away from, possibly going to the Super Bowl. Like,
they were one Kindle Vildor away from going to the Super Bowl, and
he made the team again.
Oh no.
I like him.
Oh no.
He's just very, very freak play prone. Other than that, he's always around. Like he doesn't get burnt. He's right there all the time. It's just the ball bounces off his head.
My biggest issue or concern that I need to see with the Lions is, and I know you said with the people that they brought in, but did they fix that pass defense? Because they gave up 800 yards passing to Nick Mullins.
That was going to be if there was a weakness earlier, I would say, it's that pass D secondary is going to have to gel up this season. So
I don't know how they're stopping the Bears either.
We fired everybody. Like nobody's there. The only person still there is Vildor.
But when you fire everybody, you're starting over from scratch. So it's you got to find out how everybody's going to gel. And if they gel, that's great. If they don't, then that was their weakness last year. It may end up the same this year, but they're still going to be good.
Jefferson talks about that in receiver too.
I mean, there's no question about that either. But
yeah, Jefferson talks about that too, where it's like, he's getting all these yards, but like when the other side of the offense is also doing their thing. Look, my thing is I support 7th letter, but fuck the Lions fans and everybody else. Outside of this show,
welcome back. I hope y'all win some games so we can see some Vikings, man.
So I'm not ready for that Twitter life, man. I really took a break. I took a break after NFC Championship and Super Bowl. I was like, you know what? Let me just enjoy my life for a little bit. But we're back now, baby.
I couldn't watch like that part on the receiver. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. It was like, yo, we about to go to the Super Bowl. I cannot believe it. And then it's like I can't believe Josh Reynolds dropped those passes, man. He never drops them. He never dropped. He never does. We went for it on 4th down. He never drops passes. He never does. And he just decided to drop a 3rd down and a 4th down in the fucking NFC Championship game.
I feel
Jameer fumbles right after that. God, what is happening? The shit.
Basically, everything that could have went wrong. It was
everything in 4 minutes.
Realistically, what happened in the NFC Championship game is the Detroit Lions became the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, exactly.
Vikings. Yep.
No,
yep.
exactly.
There was a How You Met Your Mother episode about that. Yep.
I mean, I was thinking even the Colts comeback on the opposite side. It was like everything went wrong. You're like, wait, now it's just something. Especially because the Lions are such a consistent team. So it was very crazy seeing them.
Yeah, that sucked, y'all. So
all right,
I punched the coach in the face for that too, for letting y'all come back on him. I want to punch the whole team in the face. Why was y'all doing?
All right, I have a couple. As we kind of get closer, I have a couple rapid fire questions, and is everyone ready for the rapid fire questions? All right,
fire away.
We'll start off. Let's see, Shelby, and then we'll kind of work our way around Trevor, and then me last. All right, you ready? Here we go. All right, Shelby. 2024 NFC North champion.
Lions.
All right. Adam.
Lions.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Rhino.
Lions.
Oof. Clock it.
Grub.
You too. Come on,
man. You better keep it unanimous. And there's no way I could come on the show on the 100th show and not say Lions.
Fair enough. All right.
What the fuck you think?
All right,
hold on, go ahead, Trevor. Packers.
You know what? I've been saying Packers for the longest time. I'm leaning Lions right now. But we keep proving people wrong, and they keep proving me wrong. So I don't know. I'll stick with my Packers take, but I think it's close. I think it's closer than you guys are saying.
No, I agree. It's close.
We already know what Andy's
if the
about to
Lions
say.
beat us, I think you'll win by one game. Like that's how close I think this division is going to be.
So I think it's going to be close as well. And I do think
Don't you dare, Andy.
I know. I'm like,
Do it. Go
you
for
dare.
it. Do it.
I think the Lions are going to win.
Oh, okay.
Bears are going to be second. Bears are going to be second. So it's the Lions have talent across the board. I think, and the Bears, we're getting there. We're not quite there yet. This is our year to kind of prove that we've improved defensively. We're signing making some trades on the defensive side. Austin Booker's a young player that's on the way up. And he's going to be good in the future. So we're up there. We're a lot better than in so many people are, especially Packer fans, are saying about my Bears. So I think it'll be the Lions. Yes. So almost unanimous. Appreciate that. All right. Here is all right. We'll start with you, Shelby. Caleb Williams, year one expectations.
Okay. Well, we know how I feel about him. I think that he's a diva. And again, I think a lot can look good in training camp. A lot can look good in preseason. But seeing him against the big dogs coming at him, it's going to be a completely different thing. I think the offensive line is going to be a big key factor here, seeing him move around. And he is a little bit on the emotional side, so I can see the second that he does face adversity, because it's going to happen eventually, that he might implode a little bit. But overall, from what I've seen, I don't think he's going to be terrible. I don't think it's going to be another Justin Fields.
Wow.
Hey, you hurt me there. You know what divas do, though, Shelby? You know what divas do? They belt out hits. Right.
Do
Hey.
They do it. All right. Adam, what are your thoughts? And maybe you have a prediction yard-wise and touchdown-wise.
First of all, start 17 games. That would be
okay. I'll take
right there. Start all 17.
Mm-hmm.
Finish at the end of week 18 clearly and obviously better than where it was at week 1. I can't expect it to be linear, because as several people have pointed, it's a rookie. When it's a rookie, it's gonna be this. That's what it has to be when you're a rookie. Make sure that where it ends is higher than where it started. That's where I want to be. As far as yards, I know everybody's obsessed with the idea that the Bears have never had a 3,000 yard thrower. They've never had a 30 touchdown guy. He's a rookie. I don't want to throw that on him as a rookie. You got your whole career to be the best stats. They're low bars. That's fine. You don't have to break them. You don't have to topple them all as a rookie. Start all the games, finish the season higher than where it started. That's where I want to start with him.
Absolutely.
That's a great take.
I love it. Rhino, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I kind of have made my thoughts of Caleb Williams well known a little earlier and before. I want to see what he does when Brian Flores lines up 7 edge rushers and pins their ears back and sends the house on a zero blitz on him. And, his face is full of defenders in second and a half, whereas, college, he had more time to throw, because you don't have, the worst player on any of these other teams are going to be facing was the best player on a lot of these Pac-12 teams and things that they face on a weekly basis. We saw it against cupcake competition. Yeah, the kid excelled. He was, Mr. Highlight Reel, all this other great stuff. But when you got against top level competition in their own conference or elsewhere, he struggled. And I want to see if he can handle the rigors of the NFL and the stress and the pressures that come with that compared to the level that he faced in college. And if he can do that, the kid has a excellent chance to succeed. If he can't, he's going to be the next in the long line of Chicago Bears quarterbacks who have yet to pan out.
I want to see that too. By the way, Ron, I want to see that too. I'm so looking forward to Brian Flores dialing up the craziness because you got to diagnose that. You've got to get through that. Thank God he doesn't have Luke Getsy calling the same screen pass for 50 plays in a row, though. Thank God for that.
Oh, I see why he did it, though. I've seen Justin Fields in preseason games.
Don't besmirch his name.
At this time last year, they were fitting Justin Fields for the gold jacket because he was 3 with three touchdowns that were all thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and the running back took him 90 yards. But
he's still good with the Steelers, man.
He looks not that good there.
Right.
Grub, what are your expectations for Caleb Williams?
Well, I think it's going to be like I think you have the possibility of like a CJ Stroud type season, but I think there's going to be a big struggle at the beginning. I do. I think he's going to throw. So I'm going with something like maybe 25 touchdowns, 17 interception season. I think he struggles early. I think he's a rookie quarterback. I think he does get frustrated in the pocket. I think he's going to use his legs a lot more early. That's where you're going to learn. Does he become like Justin Fields? Does he become like these quarterbacks that when they have mobility, they end up kind of losing the rest of the game and they stick to that, and then they kind of get scared? I wouldn't say scared in the pocket, but scattered out of the pocket a lot. Is he able to start settling in? I think he probably does, a little into the season, and he starts throwing some more. I think early on he's going to throw, he's going to have a lot of his to be heavy on the front end of the season and interceptions and probably bonehead plays and missed passes and things that a rookie's going to do. So I just think it's going to start out as a struggle pretty early. And then I do think he's going to find his bearing. He is, proven that when he can settle himself down, his talents are a lot higher than Justin Fields is, I would say, overall in each category. He's got him beat as a rookie in each category besides maybe the speed, right? So but he can still run. So I say I think a little struggle early on. I think he gets his bearings under him, ends up maybe 25, 27 touchdowns, and about, I think he has a lot of picks early, and he settles that down later, about 17 towards the end of the season. But I think it's a struggle early.
Could be. Seventh letter, Justin Fields, basically dominated the Lions twice. Now we got Caleb Williams. I mean, this has to be, Caleb Williams year one versus the Lions. I mean, come on. It's going to be 2 wins for the Bears. Easy, right?
Oh, Lord. No way. No way. I give you 1 if it's snowy or rainy. If the ball's slick, we lose in Chicago, but y'all not beating us in Detroit. Caleb Williams, I agree with his take. That's where I was at about 25 to 30 touchdowns, but like 15 to 20 interceptions. You know what I mean? Like I can see him. If I'm not mistaken, I think he only threw about 50% this preseason. Something like that. Like, so I expect that to improve, but it's all on the floor, on the ground too much already. So I can see that just being something trying to keep the ball out of, making a huge mistake and looking crazy. So I think there will be interceptions because there will be more pressure packages coming his way. I know that's what they want to make him do. I think that he does have the weapons on the outside to do. I think he'll hit the layup a lot more than Justin Fields did. And so, but the defense will also put him in good field position. So he'll be a lot better than we think. He'll win a lot of games for him. You know what I mean? The Bears definitely have the personnel on offense and defense to get into the playoffs, be it, in some type of wild card form. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they're not getting a home game, but they are good enough to be a little bit better than we expect. I'm looking at it. I know they got a lot. They seem very optimistic. I don't think for not much other than that pass to Doomsday in the screen, the Swift. That's big. Really, all I saw. I think he only had
the one to Komet didn't do anything for you.
Huh?
The one to Komet didn't do anything for you.
when he was kind of rolling around a little bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like flash.
He did the jump man thing, and it turned into a 35-yard handoff.
Yeah. It was like a flat, like he flashes, but that's what he does. But that's not the NFL.
I don't think Jared Goff flashes, does he?
No, Jared Goff don't flash at all. That's what I like about him. Jared Goff snaps the ball and hands it off well. That's it. That's what I like Jared to do. I don't need him running nowhere. As soon as he start taking flight, I'm bitching. Like, what are you doing? Throw it on the ground right now. Like, he's not that kind of quarterback. And I think I had to recalibrate my brain. You know what I'm saying? Having Stafford all those years, you know what I'm saying? Doing amazing things with his arm, and just a guy that gets it done and, doesn't mess it up all the time like my boy Staff used to. So, but Caleb Williams will be good this year. He has something. I mean, we haven't seen it yet. They've been hiding him a lot, which it might be to his detriment because he hasn't gotten a lot of snaps this preseason, but they just trying.
Oh, that's all right, though, I think. Now, Trevor, what are your thoughts? I know you are a realistic Packer fan. You're not rooting for him, but yeah.
No. So he better be good. He's the number one pick overall. All the hype. He's got the best wide receiver core I think the Bears have ever seen. So let's just be honest. Like, he should be good. There's a reason why he's the consensus number one overall pick. So, but the thing is that. And I don't know, Adam, you said 3,000 yards. Like, that's what everyone's hoping for. Like, if I just looking at the Bears, if he gets 3,000 yards, he's going to be the 12th best quarterback ever for your squad. I know it's a low bar. So I'm just saying, like, I have higher expectations than 3,000 yards for Caleb Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little confused by the I was thinking that you guys are going to start saying 4,000 yards. Like, if Caleb Williams can have a season like Jordan Love did, you guys are going to pretend like you're going to win the Super Bowl. Like, let's be honest.
And he's already there.
4,100 yards, 32 touchdowns, right? So what is Caleb actually going to get? And I think a goal for him should be, I mean, obviously, Patrick Mahomes at 5,000 yards or something stupid, 50 touchdowns in his first season as a starter. It was wild. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. Caleb Williams, I'm thinking you've got to hit 3,000 yards. Like, you've got to.
With that,
and then can you get to 4,000? The other thing is how many touchdowns you score. And I would say like minimum of 23, hoping to hit 30. But I'm thinking like maybe 25 is realistic at the moment. Maybe he'll be better than that. If he is, that I don't know about the 17 interceptions. Like, if you get 17 interceptions, he's going to be the worst quarterback for interceptions in the league or in the top two. Like, that's what the worst ones do usually is up in that 17, 19 kind of echelon, right? So I don't think he's going to throw that many picks, but I think he'd want him to be throwing around 12 max, So I don't know.
Well, I'd want him to throw 0 personally.
Well, of course, but you're not going to be Aaron Rodgers who's going to throw 7. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to be, you're not going to have that, but he has the potential to do things like this. That's why he went number one. So I'm just going to quote this guy named Seventh Letter. He better be good.
I was waiting for that.
Good.
Well, here's why 3,000 is kind of the number. The Bears have actually never had a QB throw for 3,000 yards in a season.
That's insane to me to think about.
I'm sorry.
I looked it up. The first 3,000 yard season was 50 years ago.
You're talking 4,000, not 3,000.
Yeah,
3,000. Jay Cutler did it a whole bunch.
Yeah,
your best quarterback of all Bears time.
Okay, I got the number wrong.
I was gonna say, I was like, Kirk did 23 with half the season.
The Bears have just been horrible at this for years. So
it should be better than all of your quarterbacks ever.
All right, so y'all ready for me?
I thought over the rookie, but
lay it on us.
Ready?
Go for it.
I want to hear these rookie expectations. Let's hear it.
He's going to have 4,000.
Oh my!
160 yards, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions.
Wow.
Just a little bit better
Okay.
than Jordan Love last year. There you go. As a rookie.
Because if he's not, you guys are getting it. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, I can't even wait for the shows. Like if we're 5 games
Wow.
in and y'all are
And I'm nice.
Here's
Can you imagine what the other people are going to be
Nice.
like to you?
Here's
Oh,
part of
man.
my reasoning here, right? We got a DJ Moore, right, who yards after the catch. You got DeAndre Swift, who can do that as well, right? You've got obviously Rome Odunze, deep threat. He doesn't have to just like chuck it down the field. You know, he can, and just the the flip passes that can go extra yards. So he's got playmakers that can add those extra yards on. And really, when you look at the offense and what they're maybe looking to do, it's out there, right? And just with Keenan Allen, and just it's really going to be tough for defenses to really key on one guy, right? And so someone's going to be open, and someone's going to have that yak, whether it's even like Kmet, right? So there's a lot of potential there, and I think some of the interceptions might come from maybe even Rome Odunze, right? You saw him kind of in the preseason, not really knowing where he was in the back of the end zone, and just maybe something bounces off his hands or something. But obviously, I'm excited. Who knows if he gets 4,000 yards?
Obviously,
it's out there. It's out there, just with his playmaking ability and with the playmakers around him. So I'm hyped. I'm excited. Hey, I don't know about you, Adam. This is probably the most excited I've been since last
year.
Justin Fields.
Exactly.
I'm even more excited. I mean, watching Hard Knocks. Oh my gosh! Like, wow. I mean,
I'm scared then, because it was really what we said last year, that you were just.
Yeah,
it was like you were ready to marry Justin Fields, so I can't even imagine.
That's true. And well, we have a brand new Floose now, so I mean, this whole thing.
Cargo pants.
He does. He loves his beard. Man,
The
tell
beard,
you what.
the
No,
dude,
he's
all
not
the
gonna
things.
be there
Oh,
next
yeah.
year, bro. He's not, yo.
Well, when the Bears make the playoffs, he probably.
I'm looking at him. That's the only thing about Hard Knocks I don't like. He is not like a real person to me. Like it's very, very.
He is a coach. He is a coach. Everything he
is.
says is coach. Yep.
Yes, it's no like it's very, very. Yeah, you're right. Very cool.
Well,
He's the worst head coach in the NFC North.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll give you
And
that.
it's
I'll
just
give
a
you that.
fact.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
Best defensive coordinator in the NFC North, though.
I'll give you that. Well, absolutely.
He's a good defensive coordinator. Yes.
Which it's interesting on Hard Knocks, and Adam. I mean, I don't know if everyone else has watched this, but this just beautiful show that we have of Hard Knocks with the Bears on it. But they're really focusing on him with Caleb. I mean, the Caleb one-on-one time with Floose. It's really kind of odd. You would think they'd be focusing more on him and Shane Waldron, but
That's what they should be doing. Yes. It's like, okay, yes, Floose is the head coach, but let's face it, the offensive coordinator and the quarterback coach are going to be working with him a heck of a lot more when the season's going on.
Mhm.
But that's some of the script of
It
Hard
is.
Knocks. Let's
Yeah.
face it.
It doesn't
So,
seem natural at all. It does.
They
not.
won't let him.
No.
They won't let they won't let the any swear words, anything like that on that as well. So it's been interesting.
Thanks.
It's been
That's why I like the Netflix,
the
because
Netflix
it is
version.
so
Oh, yeah.
pure.
well, that is actually Bears ownership put down that, hey, we don't want any swearing. So it wasn't hard.
That's whack.
HBO would be fine. Well, Virginia's 110 years old, so you know.
We got to win it before she's gone.
You can keep swearing. You just sound unintelligent. You can't figure out how to use the language.
I think I'm smart, Trevor.
Yeah, I was
I'm
gonna
just
say. I
saying,
think
like,
that
if you're
the
swearing every 5
swearing,
seconds, then you sound like a moron.
the swearing is what makes my personality
I
thrive.
know you need to stop, sister.
They're not swear words; they're sentence enhancers. I mean, that's
Right.
Exactly.
Is it really?
Well, this is-
Points, man.
Tell you what, this has been a fantastic episode. I definitely appreciate everyone being on here for the 100th episode. And, as we kind of get closed, Adam, where can everyone find you?
Oh no! Wait! Stop.
Oh,
we gotta give Andy some love here.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Yeah.
this is
Absolutely.
100 episode, bro.
Absolutely.
Congrats.
Congrats,
Congrats.
Andy.
hey,
People don't
appreciate it.
understand how hard it is to grind, to find guests,
Yep.
to do what nobody's doing, like NFC North stuff. They're not doing division stuff like you are, Andy. I just want to say congratulations. You have killed it, and you are so good at what you do. And it's a privilege to be here. The only reason we're here is because we love you, man.
Yep,
You're a
Appreciate
great
that. Thank
person
you.
and a
Thank
great
you.
podcaster.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Likewise.
star.
On Sundays at 4:00. He's an asshole.
Oh, I can be. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I got to turn Twitter off. So,
Yeah.
thank you, Trevor. I appreciate it. Always appreciate everyone coming on and all the connections that we've had. I mean, we rep different teams, but just giving each other a hard time. But I think it's all about learning about the other team and you root for your team. I mean, that's what it's about.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
it. Well, Adam, where can everyone find you as we close out?
Yeah, I am on Twitter at Adam_Karnick. You can also hear me every Monday night over on IE Sports Radio, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. It replays later on in the week as a podcast. Anywhere you find your podcast, you can find it at Chi-Town Weekly. I obviously talk a ton of Bears. I break down all the sports around Chicago, though. The White Sox, God help us all. The Cubs, Blackhawks, Bulls, Sky, College, you name it. Monday night, 7:00 Central Time.
All good stuff. Definitely like, subscribe, follow all that stuff. And Rhino, where can everyone find you?
We are on both Facebook and YouTube at Vikings Uncensored. Once the season starts, I do a solo show Monday nights called Rhino's Rants, where we basically do a wrap up of the game from the past weekend. Normal studio shows with myself and Brunswick are Fridays or Saturday nights, depending upon what his work schedule is. We try to go live with all of our shows now. We had been doing some pre-tape stuff before, but the live are more fun, so we do that. Also on Twitter at Vikes Uncensored. I'm on there a fair amount and interacting with people. So come check us out. Subscribe if you like it if you subscribe, and
Absolutely. And I'm telling you, and Shelby, this Vikings, I think it could be on Twitter and YouTube Gold. I mean, anytime the Vikings are losing, like at Vikings Twitter is so entertaining. Even back in the Harbaugh stuff. So as a Bears fan, I might be like sitting back watching with my popcorn and loving it.
Come on down. I'm the page of entertainment. Okay.
And where can everyone find that page?
Shelby Tweten, TWETEN, Twitter gang, Instagram, TikTok, the Skol Queen on TikTok. I don't got much, but I promise you it'll get there. If you want to listen to shit talking, swearing, come on down to Shelby Tweeting on Twitter.
Look at the Reverend. Look at the Reverend.
Yes, and
It's like you're proud of it. That's the problem.
My whole family is like this. I grew up like this, man.
All right, in the mayor of Choketown, Trevor, where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm RevTrevNFL, and appreciate being on. Appreciate all of you a ton. Thanks, Andy. You're the best.
Appreciate it. Hey, it's I have to find a way to poke at the Packers. I never give up, and that's my Twitter game as well. So I'm hoping to actually have something to cheer for over the Packers this year. I need it. Yes, we better win. We better win one game.
Yes,
You got this.
I don't know. Yeah. Yes, we are going to. Grub, also always glad to have you on. One of the OGs. You started it off, and always glad to have you. And are you? You can plug out your Dolphins. Are you excited? I mean, are they Super Bowl bound at all?
Man, I don't know about Super Bowl. So, but do they learn from their experience? You know what I mean? So you got to lose the big ones. That's how it starts. You look at the Lions. That's why I connected with the Lions on this show, man. I mean, you got to learn how to win the big ones when they're on the line. So if they've done that over these past seasons, to learn how to win those games that they're losing, that they need to win, then that's it. It's a huge possibility to be deep in the playoffs this season with the offense that they got. So, but yeah, man, just two things. One, first off, I want to, because I know RevTrev and you with our fantasy league, so I don't get to see you guys much. So I just want to celebrate my championship from last season.
Oh, that's right.
Let y'all know
right.
that. Let y'all know that it's going to be a repeat again this year. So we'll see. I think I only lost one game last season, so I'm trying to go undefeated this year. So I just want to get that in. And second, Andy, man, it's amazing. You guys reached out to me. We started this show. And for you to do what you've done to 100, like I say, even me, I haven't stuck around. I mean, I can't believe what you've done. I'm so proud of you, man. And thanks for inviting me on for 100. It's been amazing. I'll always be glad to come back. You got my number. Text me, hit me up, and I'll be back. But Shelby, it's been good to see you. RevTrev, I've seen you guys before. All you guys I haven't seen before, but it was nice meeting y'all tonight. So
I know when I saw you, I was like, oh shit, this is nice.
Yeah. So it was good to see you. When you came to the show, it was, man, I love the shit talking that started. It was great. So but good to see
it's
y'all.
Crap
Thank
talking.
you so much.
It's crap
And
talking.
you're the
Right,
man.
right.
Yeah.
Talk your crap.
And
So
someone who always talks his crap. And he's on.
Yeah.
Where can we find you? Seventh letter.
You can find me 7th letter 4 on Twitter X. Same OG on Instagram and Facebook. And again, on top of the NFC North. Again.
And look at Grub popped off in time to get you back on top there. How about that?
Hey man, that's God.
But yeah, right now he's sitting at second place on the top of the list here, though. So
front and center, top.
Front and center. Well, once again, this has been NFL Outdated. You can find me on Twitter X. You can find me on YouTube. Find us on Freezin #4 pod on TikTok. And hey, we're getting ready for the season. We'll see you again next week. Thanks again, once again, the Freezin NFC North podcast. So glad to have everyone join us. Have a great night, everybody. Thanks again.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Andy. You're the best.
100, baby.
All right.